Alright, what's up everybody? So in today's video, we're going to be comparing and contrasting the differences between Parfums and Morley Layton and Micallef's Desir Toxic. And so if you are in the market to get either one of these two, then chances are you've heard that they both have some similarities. And so in today's video, I want to let you know what are the differences and which one is going to be the right fragrance for you. And so why do these two get compared? Because they both share a very prominent cardamom note, and then they both have bergamot in the opening. And then they also have a very noticeable Vicks Vapor Up smell that is unique to both of these, because you do not get a Vicks Vapor Up smell in most fragrances. And so the fact that they both have that in here, that is the reason why these two get compared. But nevertheless, they are very, very different. So here's what you need to know about these two and how they are different. So the similarities for the most part only exist in the opening. And so in the opening, you're going to get cardamom. And so whereas Layton, it has cardamom listed in the base, but you're still getting it in the opening. Nevertheless, you are going to get the cardamom in the opening. You are going to get that Vicks Vapor Up smell. And then you are going to get that bergamot. However, what's important to know is that the opening to Desir Toxic only lasts 15 minutes. Okay, and so once those 15 minutes are up, that is when they go into exact opposite directions. Okay, and so the reason why I think these two get compared is I think people, they just smell these fragrances upon first sniff, and then they're just like, oh, this reminds me of that fragrance. But they don't actually give it time for it to get into the mid, into the dry down, because if they did, they would know that these two are very, very different. Okay, and so imagine a highway where they're both going in the same direction and they just split off at the end. Like one's going left, one's going east. Okay, very, very different fragrances. And so once Desir Toxic gets into its mid, once it starts drying down, then it becomes this cannabis patchouli, like this green, earthy, funky kind of scent. And that is exact opposite of what Layton is. Layton is more of this mass appealing, mainstream kind of scent, whereas this one is just very like against like the mainstream norms. Okay, and so they smell very similar. Now let me touch upon the whole Vicks Vapor Up smell, because some people get turned off by that. Here's what you should know as far as the Vicks Vapor Up smell in both of these. And so when it comes to Layton, that when you first spray it on, that Vicks Vapor Up smells and make up like 40% of the fragrance. It is very, very noticeable. It is front and center. But it's kind of interesting what happens. So after the 40 seconds, that it's front and center, and then you can actually like visualize, you can actually see what's going on, where it actually goes into the background, and then it just becomes smaller and smaller, and it just sits in the background. And so after the 40 seconds, it's it's 40% of the fragrance in the beginning. And after the 40 seconds, it goes into like 15%. So it diminishes very quickly. And then from 40 seconds all the way until the 10-minute mark, it diminishes even more. And then after the 10 minutes, you really don't even notice it. And so when I smell Layton after the 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't think of it as a Vicks Vapor Up smell, because it's not even present. Okay, so just the first 10 minutes, you're going to get that. But to be honest, after the first 40 seconds, it starts to diminish it to where you don't even notice it. Now, Desir Toxic, that Vicks Vapor Up smell makes up about 20% of the fragrance in the opening when you first spray it. But the difference is that with Desir Toxic, that Vicks Vapor Up smell lasts the entire life of the fragrance. And so Desir Toxic on my skin lasts 6 hours, whereas Layton on my skin, it lasts 8 hours. And so just keep in mind, the entire 6-hour wear of Desir Toxic, you are going to get that 20% Vicks Vapor Up smell. So it's less, but it lasts longer. Okay, now let's talk about the big difference here. And so if you saw my last video on comparing Layton to Ultramall, where I said that Layton is Mr. Right and Ultramall is Mr. Right now, the same holds true here. Layton is Mr. Right. It is the good guy, the ideal boyfriend, the guy who is a keeper, who she really, really enjoys him. He's a lot of fun. He makes her laugh. He knows how to flirt. But at the same time, he cares about her, buys her flowers, buys her chocolates, takes her out to dinners, takes her out dancing. Her parents have really approved of this guy. He has manners. He's just the overall ideal boyfriend for a woman. She sees herself spending the rest of her life with him, and he may end up being the father to her future kids. Okay, whereas Desir Toxic, again, after that first 15 minutes, it becomes this cannabis patchouli scent. So it's gonna have this funk, which is going to give it this rebellious attitude. And so when I think of Desir Toxic, I think of metal music. I'm talking like metal, hard rock, punk rock, grunge, very like against like the grain type of music, where Layton is more like pop music. And so it is going to have that bad boy, rebellious kind of edge to it. And so if you are looking for a bad boy fragrance, a one night stand type of fragrance, then Desir Toxic is gonna be perfect for you. If you are a rocker, like there's not a whole lot of fragrances I would recommend to a rocker because a lot of fragrances are mass appealing, but something like Desir Toxic, something that a rocker would be super happy to wear. And so this is gonna be more of a rebellious fragrance, and so because of that, it's gonna be more of Mr. Right Now. Her parents do not want to know that their daughter is even talking to Desir Toxic, okay? Because this guy, he's just gonna like hook up with her today and then forget about her the next day, which, hey, sometimes women are in that mood. Sometimes they just want to hook up with a guy and forget about him the next day. And so for situations like that, then Desir Toxic is gonna be perfect. So if you just want to present yourself, if you're not in a point where you want to have a committed relationship, you just want to hook up with women right now, you want to enjoy your youth, then Desir Toxic is gonna be the right one for you. But if you are at a point in your life where you want to get into yourself a serious relationship, then Layton is gonna be the perfect one for you, right? So versatility, which one is the more versatile of the one? And so Desir Toxic here, it is definitely the more polarizing scent because of that cannabis note. And so because of that, it is going to be more of a weekend fragrance, something that you would wear to a house party. And so because of that, like I wouldn't wear this on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because it's kind of weird to just walk around with that cannabis funk kind of scent. It wouldn't really make sense. For something like Desir or something like Layton, the way I would describe this is that Layton is not a bright scent, but it's kind of in the middle, and Desir Toxic is like dark, masculine, erotic, so it's kind of deeper and darker, right? And so any fragrance that's in the middle is just gonna appeal to more seasons. So spring, summer nights, not summer daytime, but summer nights, fall, winter, for special occasions, your birthday, her birthday, your anniversary, Valentine's Day, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Layton is gonna work great for that. So something like Desir Toxic, really only for the weekends, nighttime, or just fall and winter in general. So, and because it has that funk, it's not a mainstream type of fragrance, and so it's not gonna be as versatile. All right. So really, just for times when you want to go for a one night stand, would you really go for Desir Toxic? All right. Age ranges, and so they're kind of similar to this, to where Layton is gonna be great for guys who are 21 to 45. Anything younger, anything older is really just gonna be a personal preference. So, yes, you could be 19, 20, but you would really have to like Layton in order for you to want to get it. But in general, 21 to 45 is what I see being the safe spot. You can, if you just like a fragrance that's kind of sweet, has some spicy touches, has some woods, has some florals, then it's going to be a safe fragrance to blind buy. Nevertheless, please sample, right? Now, Desir Toxic is going to be 21 to about 35, maybe 40, okay? And so because it has that bad boy touch, that, you know, once you get into your 40s, at that point, like your bad boy stage should kind of be over. All right, maybe you want to think about something a little more serious. But for most guys, when they're in their early 20s, that is when they go into the bad boy phase, and then they just want to hook up with the girls. They want to go to house parties, so something like that would be great. Up until now, I feel like Spice Bomb Extreme has been like the bad boy one night stand for younger guys. But I think that Desir Toxic is gonna be an even better one night stand fragrance for younger guys because of that funk. Because when you're going for a one night stand, you don't want to just wear something that's socially appropriate, something like Blue de Chanel. You want to go against the grain, and you want to be the guy who her parents don't want to know that they're seeing. All right, and so you want to go against the grain. You want to wear something that's actually inappropriate. And so Desir Toxic, if I had to describe in one word, it would be inappropriate as well as erotic, bad boy. And so you want to wear something inappropriate. So something like Desir Toxic would be great for that. Now, I do have to emphasize that when you are going for if you are going to be that guy who's going to be sleeping with different women, just be honest about it, be upfront, just be like, hey, I'm not the kind of guy that can settle down with one woman. I really don't see myself getting into a relationship. So just don't promise women a relationship. Other than that, they'll respect and they'll be cool with it. All right. Nothing cool about breaking hearts. Now, I do want to touch upon the whole cannabis smell because I completely forgot about that. Is it really strong? Is it pungent? Is it something that's going to make me smell like a smoker? No. Important thing to know about Desir Toxic is that it is a very, very light fragrance. For the most part, only the person that you're talking to face is going to be able to smell it. It is not a room-filling scent. As somebody who was born and raised in California, I would know what weed smells like. And weed is very, very strong. Like, my neighbors could smoke weed and I can get it into my house easily. Like, literally inside my house, I can smell the weed. So something like Desir Toxic, because it is so soft, so light, it's not going to be like this, like, unbearable, off-putting type of cannabis. It's a very tamed type of cannabis. It's not skunky, like super strong. It does smell like cannabis, but it's very tamed, controlled. Okay, and so it is not a skin scent. I don't really think it's that soft, like Lawn with Alone. It's not that soft, but it is kind of like a layer to your skin to where you're just gonna smell like you can have this funk to you. People for the most part are not gonna pick up on the fact, oh, it's cannabis. It's just gonna have like this kind of like a bad boy, edgy funk. All right, so you're not gonna walk around smelling like a smoker. You're just gonna walk around smelling like a bad boy, like a guy who smells like trouble, a guy who smells like dangerous, a guy who she can envision sleeping with tonight. Okay, so don't worry about coming across like a smoker. You're just gonna smell fun, edgy, bad boyish. Okay. All right, and so we covered ages. Let's get into occasions. So when it comes to Layton, you can wear this basically in any occasion where there are going to be women around. And so if it's first day, second day, third day, perfect. If you are in a relationship, perfect. Any time of the year. Special occasions, Valentine's Day, anniversary. It's your birthday. It's her birthday. She's introducing to you to her friends, to her family. This is the fragrance you want to wear. Again, spring, summer, nighttime, fall, winter, you can wear Layton. Basically, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then of course Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the weekends. Layton is just one of the most versatile fragrances. So if you do want to have a small collection, I'd rather you go with Layton. You can basically wear this anywhere. You can wear it to house parties. You can wear it. Some people say clubbing. I think that something like Ultramall, which is a lot brighter and louder, be better. So dates, house parties. She's introducing you to your friends and family. Layton is gonna be the one to go with. Now, to me, the perfect place to where you would want to wear Desir Toxic is going to be those small, intimate house parties. I'm not talking about the house parties where there's going to be 50, 60, 70 people. Everybody's crammed into the house. No, I'm talking about those house parties where it's going to be 20 people. To where the host decided, I'm just going to invite my closest friends, people who are cool. I'm going to invite some guys. I'm going to invite some girls. And we're just going to have like a small, cool kickback type of house party. Yeah, there's gonna be some drinking going on. There's gonna be maybe some smoking going on. There's gonna be a little bit of beer pong, things like that. But it's just like those cool, laid back, kickback type of house parties where the music's not gonna be super loud. You can still talk to everybody. You can talk to the guys. You can talk to the girls, and there's gonna be more interaction going on. Whereas those large house parties is very loud and the music is loud, and so when it's crowded, like let's say a loud nightclub, 300, 400, 500 people. Or a house party, 50, 60, 70 people, you want a loud fragrance. Something like this is not going to be that loud, okay? And so 20 people kind of a house party on a Saturday night, they invite you. It's going to be, hey, man, there's going to be some guys, there's going to be some girls there. You know there's going to be some good-looking girls there. Desir Toxic is going to be perfect for that because it is a soft scent, so when you're talking one-on-one to one of the girls, and let's say you find, there's going to be some good-looking girls there, right? And so you may end up wanting to spend the night with them. She may end up wanting to spend the night with you. So you do want to have this bad boy, rebellious, dangerous, troublemaker type of vibe going on. That is where Desir Toxic is going to be great. If you're, let's say you're meeting a woman, let's say you're thinking about a relationship, I would not wear first day or second date, maybe third date, just to give it some sexual touch to it, some sexual tension. If you're in a relationship, that'd be cool. Special events like birthday, her birthday, anniversary. Nah, I wouldn't go bad boy. I would go something like Layton, something that's actually good guy vibes. Okay, so just if you're giving off bad boy, troublemaker kind of vibes, Desir Toxic is gonna be great for you. All right, so just overall know that Layton is gonna be the good guy, Mr. Right, the one that her parents want their daughter to settle down with, and Desir Toxic is gonna be that guy who her parents, they are constantly telling, do not get with that guy. He's gonna break your heart. He's gonna be trouble. Stay away from Desir Toxic. But when it comes to one night stand situations, you want to present yourself in that way, right? So they do not smell similar. Only in the opening, only the first 15 minutes are they gonna have that cardamom, bergamot type of vibe, and then they go off in different directions. In my opinion, they are not at all the same fragrance. It kind of makes me laugh that people even compare these two. They are very, very different. It's not redundant to own both. If you want to own both, you absolutely can. Very, very different fragrances, right? Very, very different, not all in common, right? And so hopefully you found this video to be helpful. Again, I did compare Layton to Ultramall in case you want to know the differences between those two. I'm going to have that video in the description, in the cards, as well as in the description. And I'm also going to be comparing Layton to Layton Exclusive, so be on the lookout for that comparison. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, so hopefully you found that video to be helpful. As always, please comment, subscribe, share, like, and comment. All of that helps out with the algorithm, supporting the channel. I would be super happy for that. And with that being said, have yourself an amazing day. Take care and all the best to you. Peace.